So, what's the history with the Nigerian Curling Federation? 'Cause it's a newer association, obviously. I think you guys have been around since 2018, right?
Yeah.
And so the association's I think it's the first African association in the WCF. Also, is that right? Or
Yes, we are the first fully recognized, voted in member association to the WCF from Africa.
okay, and so how did it get started? And there's a lot of, I mean, we follow them on social media, and it looks like they're also planning to build a curling rink in Africa. And so it's not just like a paper association. It looks like it's got very serious ambitions as well.
Oh, absolutely. Uh, the founding story um, is amazing. Um, the So the federation president, Daniel Demola, he he lives in Germany, and his daughter took him to a curling match there in Germany, and she suggested to him, "Hey, we should start a Nigerian Curling Federation and bring the sport to Africa." And he got on board with it because he was already president of the Nigerian Strongman Association and whatnot. And how TJ got involved, he was looking for an association through his roots. His father being from Nigeria. His father, paternal grandfather, is from Nigeria, and his mother was from Morocco. So he was going to go to Morocco first, but when he went to Morocco, there was no real response. But so when he looked up the Nigerian Curling Federation, he got in contact with the Ministry of Sports. He's like, "Oh yeah, we already have a guy here. His name's Daniel," and they got together, and that's how it kind of took off from there.
Oh wow! And so this would have been 2018 then, or a bit before that?
I think a little bit before that. I came on in late 2018, 2019, right in that time frame was when I got asked to play and whatnot. So, yeah.
So how did you end up on the Nigerian curling team then? How did you go from Denver Curling Club to playing for Team Nigeria?
So that was just it was interesting because the technical training director that we all know, TJ Cole, he curls out of Denver Curling Club, and he saw me there, and he's like, "Hey, he asked me, do you want to play internationally?" And granted, I was trying to, I was still early on, and I thought he was just going to ask me for, if I wanted to go up to Canada and, play in a weekend tournament up there. And he's like, "No, I'm the technical director for the Nigerian Curling Federation." I was like, "Oh, well, the plan was always, in my mind, it was like the plan's always go to the Olympics. This gives me the way to do so. And from me having family members who were in Nigeria, like I don't know if he researched me and found that out or whatnot, but that's how it came about. He asked me if I wanted to play, and everything just the stars just kind of aligned for it all to happen.
You mentioned that there's some homegrown curlers that are going to start competing soon. What's the reaction been in Nigeria to curling? I think I saw where you went to Lagos at some point to help with a floor curling clinic, and then how did that go?
That went amazing. It went over a lot better than I thought. When I went out there and we set the thing up, it was out at the National Stadium, and we figured maybe 45, 50 people show up.
Mm-hmm.
And we teach them and we let them play the floor curling and whatnot, and probably about 150 people showed up, just to, triple your expectations. And there's a big interest in it because it's new. It's the same sense of wonder that I had watching it at the Vancouver Olympics. Like, what is going on? And you had the national stadium is a very interesting place because they have the football pitch, the tennis courts, basketball courts. They have a couple little areas where they practice taekwondo and whatnot. So you have all these other sports going on, and we're pulling people from their training to go see what we're doing. And that was amazing. And, we've been able to set up some of the floor curling leagues, and, they'll message me anytime, if they have disputes about scoring, I get the call. Hey, Harold, hey, what's the score of this here? So, it's been amazing. I really see that it can pick up and take hold because curling as a sport is something that can be done by all ability levels. If you're not be able to get down in the slide, you have stick, to be able to walk and use the stick, and even going to wheelchair curling and whatnot. We had some of the wheelchair people come out, and they became the wheelchair curlers, and we want to look and start with wheelchair curling, and being able to get them throwing stones on the ice and whatnot.